So I invite you to please take a moment to get yourself comfortable where you are. And let's take one big deep breath in and out. And again in and out. And if you're comfortable to do so, I invite you now to please close down your eyes. And we're going to begin to slow down our breathing and relax our bodies in order to bring ourselves into a calm and receptive state so that we can be open to whatever comes up for us throughout this meditation process. So in a moment I'm going to ask you for a slow inhale of breath for a count of 5, to hold for 5 and slowly breathe out for 5. And we're going to repeat this a couple of times. I'm not going to count out loud as everybody breathes and counts at their own pace, so I'm just going to allow space and time for you to breathe now at your own rhythm. So let's begin that with our breath in. Now, I want to begin this meditation with a moment of gratitude. In order to attract into our lives more of the things that we desire, we must first recognize and be thankful for where we are today. We are exactly in the place today that we need to be in order to be ready for what's yet to come. So I invite you to repeat in your minds the following affirmations. I am grateful for the blessings in my life, both big and small. I am grateful for every opportunity that comes my way. And now I'd like you to picture that you're standing in a room with a door in front of you. You reach out, turn the handle and push the door open. In front of you is a long corridor with another door at the end. As you start to walk towards this door, you're filled with so much excitement for what is on the other side that you start to walk quicker and quicker down the corridor towards the door. As you come to the door, it is flung open in front of you, and what greets you on the other side is you. But this is the you 1 year from now. And this version of you has a huge grin on their face, and they gesture for you to come in. You walk through the doorway and start to look around you. All of a sudden, you're filled with an enormous sense of pride and gratitude. For all around, you can see everything that you have achieved and received over the last year. First, you look at your future self in a relationship. You observe how your future self feels. How happy and contented do they look? Are you in a strong, loving relationship that has strengthened and deepened over the last year? Or perhaps you're in a new, exciting relationship or enjoying the dating world. Whatever is happening 1 year from now, I want you to focus on how this feels. And now you look at your future self in terms of how much you've grown and developed. What have you learnt in the last year? What have you changed about yourself? And how do you feel now? And now you turn and you see your future self surrounded by your friends and family. What's changed here? Are there new friends in your life? How do you feel being around these people? How are your relationships with those closest to you? Is your future self talking to your friends or family about some of the exciting things you've done together over the last year? Have you been anywhere together? What have you experienced? How strong do these connections feel to you now? Now let's look at your life 1 year from now and see how organised it feels. You see your house. Does it feel less cluttered, tidier? Ask your future self what you've done here. Maybe you've got a better system or hired a cleaner, more your family involved in the household tasks. Perhaps you've had a big decluttering session. And how about how you manage your time? How does your future self feel about this area? Are you happy with how your days feel? Are you getting to spend more time doing the things you love? Are you rushing less? Are you more on time? And now, let's ask your future self about your finances. How do you feel about this area of your life? Have you hit any specific earnings targets? Have you cleared any debt? Have you started saving or maybe sorted out a pension? Perhaps you've been able to buy something you've always wanted. What have you bought? And how does it feel now that you've been able to buy it? Maybe you've started to support a charity or financially helped out a loved one. How have your finances had a positive impact on your life in the last year? And we turn now and see our future self working. Where are you? What are you doing? Perhaps you've changed career. Maybe you've finally been able to quit your job and work full-time on your own business. What has happened in your career in the last year? Have you been promoted? Have you hit any specific milestones in your own business? Maybe you're taking a career break to raise children. Whatever your future self is doing, I want you to ask them if they feel fulfilled. Are they proud of their achievements, excited for the future? And what does a working day look like for your future self? Do you have more flexibility? Have you been able to hire someone to assist you, or started to outsource some of your tasks? Perhaps you've started to mentor or coach others, or you've been asked to speak at an event. Maybe you've won an award. And we look now at our physical health. Can you see obvious changes in the way your future self looks and how you feel about your body? Do you have more energy, brighter skin? Do your clothes fit more comfortably? Can you run a bit further or lift higher weights? Maybe you've created a habit for moving your body more. Perhaps you're working with a personal trainer or joined a gym. Have you taken up a new class or tried a new sport? And let's also take a look at what you're putting into your body. Do you feel less sluggish, less bloated? Maybe you've cut certain foods from your diet. Maybe you've got better at meal planning. Are you drinking more water? Are you having less alcohol? Perhaps you've cut out unhealthy snacks, or maybe you're working with a nutritionist. Have you finally been to see a specialist about that niggling pain and are now getting the support you've needed? How has your future self taken control of your own body in this past year? And now that we've looked at your physical health, let's turn our attention to your emotional health. I invite you to take a real close look at your future self. How are you? Are you happy? Are you at peace? Are you calm, joyful, hopeful? I want you to get really clear on how you are feeling and think about what you've done to feel this way. Maybe you've started working more regularly and consistently on your personal development. Have you read more books? Listened to more inspirational speakers? Are you working with a coach or receiving some form of therapy or counselling? Maybe you've been on a retreat. Are you opening up more to those around you about how you're feeling? Are you being more kind to yourself? Are you making more time for the things that truly bring you joy? How is your future self really feeling? I ask you now to take one last good look around you at your life 1 year from now. Take in all the achievements, the way you feel, the things you've done, the things you're working on. And before you walk back through that door, you give your future self a high five and you say congratulations and thank you. You walk out through the door now, and as you begin to head back down the corridor to your present life, your future self says to you, have faith. All these things await you in your future. And then your future self turns back into your life 1 year from now, leaving the door open behind them. And when you're ready, I ask you to flutter your eyes back open and turn your attention back into the present day, into the room where you are now.